Hello YouTube and welcome back to another Smash theme tournament. A while back I asked what theme you'd like to see me do next, and the winner was...
Magic.
The way I've set this up, the fighters were determined by 3 criteria. The first category was fighters with direct magic attacks in their movesets. These are going to be your fighters like Robin, Bayonetta, Hero, and Ganondorf. Second criteria involves fighters who have inherent elemental attacks, so that's basically fighters like Bowser and pretty much every Pokemon fighter. And the last category showcases warriors who aren't traditional magic users, but either have some manner of attack in their moveset that could be considered magic adjacent, or if they wield magical weapons. These are going to be characters like Mario using fireballs, or Roy with the binding blade. And like my usual rule set, previous tournament champions have been disqualified for this tournament, so unfortunately you won't be seeing some of the more obvious picks like Palutena or Pikachu. Just to quickly go over the fighters included, for the Tier 1, which is Direct Spellcasters category, we have Bayonetta, Ganondorf, Hero, Joker, Lucas, Ness, Robin, Sephiroth, Shulk, Sora, Zelda, Ice Climbers, Rosalina and Luma, and Kazuya. For Tier 2, which is the Natural Elements criteria, we have Bowser, Greninja, Incineroar, Lucario, Mewtwo, Pichu, Pokemon Trainer, and Ridley. And then for Tier 3, which is the Magic Adjacent and Magical Weapons category, we have Dark Pit, Ike, Pit, Richter, Roy, Simon, Link, Mario, Luigi, and Captain Falcon.
Round 1.
Alright, so first up on the list, Brad Pitt and Savvy. Rosalina has been very close to getting championships before, so there's a part of me that's really hoping we get a Rosalina victory, even though she's really not doing so good against Pitt, which is a bit surprising to me. But she still has the great heal when in critical condition stat, which just triggered there, so that gives her a slight advantage. Not much of an advantage if I'm being honest, because she's really not doing much to Pitt if I'm really looking at it that way. Rosalina, you might not want to stay down there. There went the Luma. Rosalina does do her best when the opponent is directly above her though, so staying low might be the strat. And honestly, I was watching Rosalina, I did not even see what happened to Pitt, but in an extremely suspicious play, Rosalina takes the lead. Savvy now has Smash, which actually a pretty good spot for it to be spawned in, because Pitt had no choice but to go towards it if he wanted to get back on stage. Alright, and there's Savvy out her first stock. I do have very few items turned on that are kind of magical-ish, if you kind of squint at them. I mean, a lot of this tournament ended up being magical if you squint your eyes. Unfortunately, I was not able to do it the way I had initially envisioned it before I really thought it through. Savvy might not be, she may not be winning, but that doesn't mean she doesn't have an attitude about it. The frequency of items is set to low though, so it shouldn't be too much of a game changer if items spawn in. That's something we've had in the past where items kind of unfairly determine the outcome of a fight. Ooh. Rosalina's really trying hard to get Pitt off stage, but fortunately the time is called, so it's a sudden death. Savvy did heal. Oh, and there it is. She did heal a bit from sudden death, so her spirit setup came in clutch there again. Alright, Savvy takes first victory. Next up on the chopping block is Milda versus Hammer Time. Now, you might be looking at it thinking, why are Ice Climbers on here? Ice Climbers have the ability to produce ice, either from their neutral special or their down special. And obviously Zelda is a very magic-based fighter. Like, There's already teleportation. She has a fire attack. She can summon. Like, Zelda is a very Zelda is not a very good fighter in this tournament, apparently. So, yeah, there is that. Well, what? Milda, you are embarrassing yourself right now. Okay, she was at least smart enough that she knew to go get Bird Friend, because otherwise, this is going to be an extremely tough fight for her. Like, it's still an extremely tough fight for her because she's still doing very stupid things. I gotta say, though, good on Ice Climbers, because that Vulpix was very well placed. I'm gonna Mimikyu. I don't know who pulled that one. I'm gonna guess it was Zelda, because it seems like it's going after Ice Climbers, or at least trying to. Okay, Zelda slowly catching up, not by much, but she is catching up. It's now an even on stocks, if not by health. Never mind. Now, Zelda did not bring her A game. That is disappointing. Oh, you know, I thought that taunt was gonna be hubris, but she managed to throw the red Ice Climber completely off the stage, so I guess it worked. Up, and I guess we're upside down now. Stranger Things Season 4 coming November. Or no, Season 5 now, isn't it? Sheesh.
Ice Climbers win!
Okay, Greninja versus Luigi. Yeah, I just realized that this is the first tournament video I'm recording on the Switch 2, because all the other ones have been on the Switch 1. I guess I technically could have recorded the Mario Amiibo tournament on the Switch 1, or on the Switch 2, but I still had everything set up for it on the Switch 1, so I did not go that route. Greninja is taking a very commanding lead so far. If we know Luigi, we know that he's crafty. So if anybody can make a comeback, you bet it will probably be him. That said, he could just as easily sabotage himself. We've seen that happen plenty of times in the past as well. Oh, and Nabbit has shown up to ruin the party. Nabbit seems to have saved Luigi from a few attacks, though. So I guess there's that. Luigi said, "I don't care," and just yeeted Nabbit out of existence. Okay, powerful final smash incoming from Luigi. Powerful indeed. Greninja's not too far behind on his own final smash, so gotta keep that in mind. And there it is. Oh, and landing that final smash. Oh, but we got big Luigi. Looks like this one might go to another sudden death, unless something very drastic happens for Luigi. Oh no, sudden death it is. Let's see who strikes first. Oh, and it's Greninja. Greg has decided he's had enough and is moving on. Okay, Ganondorf. I should have put them around in the opposite direction, but you know, it's fine. Normally for something like this I would tend to use Ganondorf, the amiibo, but I decided I haven't used Ganondorf in so long. He's been sitting on my shelf getting dusty. So it's time for him to dust off his old ways and get back into the fighting ring. But we also have Ness. You know, Ness is another reason I wanted to do this tournament, because as much as I don't particularly like fighting against Ness or playing as Ness, I do like my Ness amiibo. I think he's really good. And if there was anybody who is a Magic Fighter, Ness was the original Magic Fighter of Smash Bros. Back in the old N64 days. So all Magic Fighters of Smash have Ness to thank, in a way. Ooh! Denied, Ganondorf. Oh, but somehow Ganondorf does take first stock. He actually did pretty good. He actually did pretty good avoiding Final Smash there, but He was already dead, Ness. Jeez. Ness threw the scythe and then picked it up mid-air. That was actually kind of cool. Surprisingly, this one is going to go to sudden death. I thought this one would be a lot more of a clean-cut deal. Come on, PK Fire him. Okay, PK Fire was not enough to end sudden death, surprisingly. But a swift kick to the shin sure was. Kicked him in the shins till he's dead. Alright, Robbie. Robbie. My favorite Robbie. We're gonna need you to take this guy out. If you've been watching this channel, you know there's a reason this Captain Falcon's name is Disappoint. Robin actually does have home stage advantage here, so my hopes are high. Is it selfish of me that I'm actually really hoping that... There are 3 specific amiibo that I am hoping are going to be the finalists. Or one of the 3 will be the finalist, I mean. And we've actually seen all 3 of them now, because the 3 that I'm hoping win this tournament specifically are Robin, Rosalina, or Ness. Like, I think they're the ones that most deserve this tournament championship. I feel like we don't see that Pokemon all that often. Falcon actually kind of helped Robin get away from the blast there. Robin, you've not taken any damage, Robin. You don't need to be draining Captain Falcon like that. You don't need to be healing, but she's doing it anyway, just for the fun of it. And now we have double Robin in the form of Ditto Robin. Ditto Robin is also forming Thoron, something that I did train this Robin to do. Unfortunately, Ditto Robin did not use that Thoron. Ooh, how is that not enough? Okay, Final Smash. Can Robin do it? Oh. I mean, you can't say she didn't, but I guess they both missed Final Smash, so it's fine. Oh my god, he used a Falcon Punch. That was the reason you're named Disappoint, because you never used your Falcon Punch. And even though you did use it, you didn't hit her! Oh my gosh. This can't go to sudden death, Robin. I don't want you to make that risk. There it goes, okay. Was that just the fire that killed him? It didn't seem like she actually attacked him there at the end. Either way, you did what I asked, Robin. Thank you. Alright, our boy Dan Don has once again come out of retirement, and he's facing up against Link with the Master Sword, which I did decide that the Master Sword counts as a magic weapon. Actually, of the 3 Links, I actually decided that, well, I had a strain of logic. Okay, hear me out. I had a strain of logic while I was putting this together, because I put a lot of consideration into who I needed when I was finishing out the roster for this fight, because, like I said before, I had to make some decisions when putting together this one. That's the reason that the Pokemon are in it, it's the reason that there are, like, magic weapon fighters in it, because they could... Not all of them can technically qualify as magic unless you're kind of squinting. But I did put considerable thought into who I ended up choosing. And what I mean by that is, with Link specifically, I did settle on Adult Link because this is the Link that has like the quintessential looking Master Sword. Toon Link could also have qualified because he does as well use the Master Sword, but I initially decided to disqualify Young Link because I thought he doesn't use the Master Sword, and magic arrows aren't necessarily, or the fire arrows aren't necessarily magic. I've since been corrected. Young Link could have actually been qualified because in Ocarina of Time, I keep wanting to say magic arrows. In Ocarina of Time, fire arrows do consume MP, so that means they are technically magic arrows. Dan Don apparently has not been training in his retirement, and is just not sure what his best Pokemon to use for this fight is, as evidenced by the fact that he's been switching out endlessly. if this fight could just go to sudden death, that'd be fine. Okay, well that bomb trick was actually pretty cool, Link. I'm not gonna lie. You and your furry Tanuki suit. Ooh, okay, that could be bad for Pokemon Trainer. Yep. I'll be perfectly honest, I didn't even notice when Pokemon Trainer lost the second stock. I was surprised when the fight ended. That's alright though, because now we have Lucas versus... I should be saying their amiibo names. We have Sonic versus Mutant. This is another one I'm not sure who to root for. I think I'm kind of leaning more towards Sonic, but he's not one of my better amiibos. To be fair, I also don't really have a good grasp on how good Mutant is. I've used him a couple times, but he's not one of my go-tos. We still haven't had any KOs yet. Oh, I spoke too soon. We were about halfway through before we got a single KO. You know, he just threw himself right off the edge there. Okay, he connected. I will give him that, he did connect. Okay. Huh? I don't think I've ever seen it happen where Lucas did a final smash and... Oh! Lucas is way better at using PK Thunder than he is at using PK Starstorm, a move that he canonically can't learn. But as I was about to say, I've never seen PK Starstorm fail like that, where it went all in one direction and never back towards the stage. Like, I know that there's a difference between Lucas and Ness's final smashes, where the final smash for Ness appears directly above him. Or no, it's Lucas, it's directly above Lucas when it spawns in, but it's directly over the middle of the stage when Ness calls it. Man, PK Thunder seems to be Lucas's go-to for this fight. Which is gonna be sad because I feel like Lucas put up the better fight, but unfortunately, he's not the one that moves on. Okay, Bayonetta versus Richter. You know, I said earlier that I had 3 characters that I'm hoping win this. I take it back. I have a 4th, and that 4th is Bayonetta. Because Bayonetta, like, a little known fact, I think I mentioned, well, maybe it is a little bit known, because I think I did mention it in a previous tournament. But I have 4 Bayonetta amiibos. The 2 figures and then 2 cards for each of the or 1 card for each of the figures. So I've trained all 4 of them, and I kind of made it my mission to make at least 1 really good Bayonetta amiibo. And after retraining Legs for days, I think she ended up being the closest to a good Bayonetta amiibo that I've gotten. So I have high hopes for her, even though she's kind of having some troubles here at the edge of the map, especially with Eevee of all things. I think she knows how to actually do her final smash. I say that as she put herself in a really bad position to even do final smash. You know, actually, maybe it would have been a better idea to give Bayonetta a chance of double final, because she'll probably fail the first final smash. And to be fair though, she'd probably fail the second final smash as well. Come on, Bayonetta, you're disappointing me. You're one of the 4 chosen ones. Okay, well, it might go to sudden death at this point, so it's fine. Might. Okay, Bayonetta, you have a chance to do it properly. You have a chance to see your feet. Oh, she did it! Like, at the very last second, and she mashed the full circle there. Okay. Didn't honestly do much to Richard, but it's fine. Come on, Bayonetta. Yes! I got sneeze! Excuse me. Try to get out the... Had to sneeze, but then I sneezed during while saying it. Okay. These hands versus the cat. Okay, interesting choice of map. If I had to place a bet, I'm gonna say these hands have probably got it. It's in capable hands. Just like Allstate. Oh, that's right! Incineroar, as a fire Pokemon, takes Huh? I was commenting on the fact that Incineroar as a fire Pokemon takes damage in the water, so Incineroar's actually at a really bad disadvantage in this map. Yeah, see there he's taking damage in the water. Oh, that's actually a bad place for him to be with a Mega Mushroom. This is unfair to Incineroar. Oh, I'm kind of surprised Lucario didn't die from that. Okay, there it happened. Okay, surprised they're both alive. Oh, that was... I don't know what to make of that. It seems like just as he got victory, it was snatched from him by his own hubris. Anyway, Ike and Hero are up next. Not a great stage for Ike, to be honest, but you never know. He is the unflinchable Ike after all, so as long as he doesn't get knocked too far off stage, he might be fine. Oh, broke through that shield. Ike, 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 Ike. Just because you're unflinchable doesn't mean you're immune to fire. Somehow that worked in his favor. So, you might be wondering, why does Ike qualify? I have qualified him because Ragnall, his sword, I think in Radiant Dawn, if I'm not mistaken, does get a Divine Blessing where it gets the blue flames like you saw there in his final smash, as well as in his neutral special, it gets that effect as well. I could be mistaken. That will be completely on me if I am mistaken. I have not played Radiant Dawn or Path of Radiance, which I believe that's only a thing in Radiant Dawn. That's the Wii Fire Emblem game. So I could be mistaken, but I'm fairly certain that is the case. And to be honest, as much as I love Ike, and I like my Ike amiibo, I do think that Hero probably should be the one to win this fight. He's more a distinct magical user. Not you again, Palkia. That messes with my head so badly.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, Ike seemed to be stuck on that ledge, my friend. Yeah, I think the right person won that match. I'm sorry, Ike. Your time will come. Okay, Wingus and Jack Black. Again, the Bowser that won a tournament before is Redemption. He couldn't make this fight, so Jack Black can. I mean, Jack Black is in pretty much everything nowadays. If I had to guess, I'm going to say Sephiroth is probably going to win this one. Okay, Bowser. Superstar Saga Bowser decided no. He doesn't need superstars anymore. Ironically, we got Hero Stage on the map after Hero's fight. Okay, Bowser really wanted the Superstar wand again. Sorry if there's like a weird creaking noise, that's my headset. I had a itch that I wanted to scratch. Actually, that was probably a bad idea because that was the part of the headset that my mic is on. I had to resort to using this mic again with the headset because every other microphone I've used in this room since I moved to this apartment has been terrible audio quality because of the way the room is. My last room was a very large room, it had good acoustics. This room does not. Surprisingly, Sephiroth isn't winning by that much. Surprisingly, Sephiroth isn't winning, I should say. Okay, there we go, that's better. Oh, Mega Bowser. Which I guess is the size Bowser would normally be in a regular Mario game. So I played Mario Odyssey for the first time not too long ago, and I remember it was almost weird seeing Bowser being that big, where the Bowser I'm most familiar with is from either Smash Bros, Mario Party, or Mario Kart. All of which I think shrink Bowser down to a more normal size. Because when you think about it, even back as far as Mario 64, Bowser was massive. Like, I knew they played around with that in a lot of games. Like Mario Galaxy, of course, Bowser is supersized in that one. Somehow we got to a sudden death. Sephiroth ending it as elegantly as he ended Aerith. I guess Sora's our next spellcaster in the roster. He might be the last spellcaster in the whole... Oh no, wait, Joker's down there. Joker's spellcaster. Okay, it's fine. Yeah, we don't really see Simon all that often in these tournaments. We don't really see Richter all that often either. Simon is another one. You have to kind of squint at his abilities to make sure they qualify. Like, Holy Water isn't really magical exactly, I don't think, but it does produce a fire effect. Like, it's the same reason Ken almost made it into this tournament, because he could technically have used it for up special, because it does produce a fire thing. Incineroar had a rough go. Ooh, Simon barely avoiding that fish. Incineroar had a rough go with the stage that he was given, but to be fair, it could have been worse. It could have been this stage. This one would have been terrible for Incineroar. Okay, there we go. We got Giant Simon now. Okay, almost went to sudden death there, but Disney World decided, much like other things, he was going to ruin this franchise's day. Alright, Gelato versus Dragon Age. Oh look, there I am, caged in a hell of my own making. So these two fighters actually, it's interesting that they got paired together, because these two fighters kind of got in on the same technicality of they both use fireballs. Helpfully they both used fireball at the same time as I was explaining it. It's also kind of interesting that Ridley got this stage, because this is the stage that the other weird dragon thing shows up on. And Mario doing what he does best, jumping over things. And Ridley's final smash is a thing. Honestly, I was not expecting Mario to be doing this good against Ridley. I was looking at it and thinking, okay, well, Ridley's probably going to win this one, but well, Mario seems to have found his stride. Ooh, okay, no comebacks from that one. Okay, why is Eevee, of all things, giving my amiibo such grief today?
Yoink!
Oh! Ridley said, I'm going down, but I'm taking you with me. And somehow that gambit worked. Jeez. So here's a funny story about this one. When I was putting this together, initially, I somehow forgot Kazuya existed. And with him having like some form of demonic abilities, I guess he qualifies. So at the last second, I had to replace Ken, who I mentioned earlier, which Ken was kind of I was on the fence of whether or not Ken really qualified or not. So in the end, it was a good thing. So Kazuya has made it to the roster, and now he's fighting Dark Pit, which we had regular Pit earlier. I wanted to make sure that they were kind of on opposite ends of the tournament just to be safe. I think they're the only, like, Echo fighters on here. Oh no, that's not true. Simon and Richter. But they were also kind of spread out as well. Well, that didn't really do much of anything. We haven't seen this map in a tournament in a long time. I kind of miss this map. More so for... I like this map for training, but in tournament form, it does get a little counterproductive because they spend most of their time trying to get to each other. Okay, I wasn't sure that actually would hit, but apparently it did. Ooh. Dark Pit, you had no idea how close you were to doing exactly that. Not a headshot, unfortunately, but what happened? Why? Oh, he jumped into the lava, didn't he? Well, this is looking like a Kazuya victory unless Dark Pit pulls some sort of upset here real quick. I mean, that'll do it. So now it's a sudden death, so could be anybody's game. Yeah, there it is.
3, 2, 1,
Whew,
time!
that minecart.
Sudden death, go!
Okay, let's see who gets there first. That was not a good showing for Kazuya, unfortunately, there at the end. That's funny. I had trained another Joker recently, but I lost him. I don't know what I did with him. So he was going to be the one in this tournament, but since I can't find him, Mr. Persona is back. I'm hoping I can find him before the Christmas tournament, because the Christmas tournament is like what I was really training him for, but I figured since I was doing this, he may as well show up. I don't really have high hopes for Shulk. Shulk has never been... Like, he was the first official episode of the series, but he has never been one of my better ones. Like, and I'm also kind of assuming that his Monado arts are kind of like magic. I don't know that for a fact. I have not played Xenoblade 1. I think Shulk tried to pull a Buster Arts right there as he was getting Final Smash, but Joker's like, I'll show you, Buster. And there it is. Alright, Best Boy and Janet. I actually had a bit of a panic earlier on because I couldn't find Roy either. Turns out I just put him in the wrong part of my shelf where I keep all the amiibo. So I have a shelf over there. It's a new shelf that I got specifically because I wanted to be able to display all the amiibo. So I needed a big shelf to put all the Smash Bros. Amiibo in. And I have them categorized, well not categorized, categorized isn't the right word. I have them all organized by like series. And for some reason I picked Roy up and I didn't put him back with the other Fire Emblem amiibos. For some reason he was like in the back with the Pokemon amiibos, and I don't know why I did that. So we have to decide, like, Janet has a reputation for sometimes being the worst and sometimes being really good, so I haven't really figured out if this is a good Janet day or a bad Janet day. This is a bad Janet day, I figured it out. I wasn't paying attention to how many stocks she had.
Now the true battle begins.
Round 2.
Alright, we're into the next round. Rosalina versus Ice Climbers. Let's see if my hopes will be holding true with Rosalina being one of the finalists. So, I guess, I think all 4 of my hopes are on the left side of the fight, so only one of them can even go into the finals at all. So it's not, unfortunately, not going to be like Rosalina versus Robin for the finale or something like that, or Ness versus Bayonetta. Unfortunately, they're all going to have to face off at one point or another if they make it this far. Well, there's Savvy's healing ability, so that's good. Savvy, I don't think you meant to throw the Pokeball off the stage, but it's fine. Unfortunately, trapping the wrong Ice Climber in Final Smash mode. I hadn't really thought of it. These are both like buddy characters when you think of it, because Rosalina has the Luma and Ice Climber has the other Ice Climber. Thing about it though is when the other Ice Climber dies, he's gone for good. Rosalina can get another Luma. They do not want Rosalina coming back to stage. Okay, once again, okay, no, never mind. She got the right Ice Climber in the Final Smash that time. Didn't start that way, but she got there in the end. And still managed to kill the other Ice Climber.
Yoink!
Oh, okay, that's not looking great for Hammer Time. Masterfully done.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, time!
Ooh. That probably would have taken Rosalina out another stock had she been out a little bit longer before then. But it's fine. My dream is still alive. Savvy continues on. I actually have a bad feeling about how this fight will go. We've all seen how ferocious Greg can be. He's actually doing... well, had to say something, didn't I? I just had to open my stupid mouth. Okay, that yo-yo trick was admittedly coolness, but it didn't do you any favors. That yo-yo trick did, though. Ooh, okay, that is okay signature move right there. PK Fire running in with a baseball bat. Like, that is OK's bread and butter. He should do it more often than he does. But that is a trick that never gets old. And I don't like how they're both playing off the side of the stage. That makes me very nervous. But Ness dodging that final smash and then yeeting Greninja into oblivion. Okay, maybe my fears were a little unfounded. And ending with the taunt that gave him his name. Oh, I'm sorry I ever doubted you, Ness. Okay, Robin versus Link. I shouldn't say anything. I'm not going to say anything, especially because Robin doesn't particularly have good luck on this map, historically speaking. This is the one that's actually getting me nervous, because, like, Rosalina is a good amiibo. There's no denying that. Ness is a good amiibo. There's no denying that either. I love Robin, but she's wildly inconsistent. I want her to do so well, and she doesn't always. I think that's the best way to put it mildly. Unfortunate headshot, but it's fine. There's plenty of time for this to go Robin's way. How long is that curry gonna last? Jeez. Did he go back for seconds? Okay, could use a little help from Chrom right about now, Robin. There we go. That's beautiful. Beautiful. Oh! Arc Thunder out of nowhere. Jeez, I didn't realize Robin had that queued up. Okay, Mewtwo and Bayonetta. So far, all 4 of my dream picks have made it past. Or no, so far 3 out of 4 of my dream picks have made it past. So, Bayonetta, got a lot to live up to here. And I don't love the first thing you do is to jump off of stage. Ooh, okay. Okay, I see what you're doing now. Starting to think I had nothing to worry about, but then that happened. As I was saying it. Again, I should just not say anything. That was a little bit more reminiscent of her Brawl days. Or not Brawl, Smash 4 days. Oh, that's not good. You'd think for how much of her combat revolves around jumping up and being in the air, Bayonetta would have better recovery, but she really doesn't. Newton keeps trying to charge up his neutral special, but Bayonetta just isn't letting him do it. Sudden death is looking more likely at this point. Okay, looking a bit less likely. Okay, well, 3 out of my 4. I mean, we still got the majority. Let's see how it goes. Hey, Hero, do you want to be my new 4th pick? Okay. These are 2 really good ones as well, so I can see either of them progressing. That said, there is one that I hope progresses. And right now, he's technically not doing as good. A case in point. Low battery, really? Seriously? And again, why is Eevee always here? Why is this the Eevee episode? Lucario's gonna have a clean sweep, jeez. Okay, well, Hero, forget what I said earlier about you being my 4th. I spoke out of turn. It's fine. We'll just forget this ever happened, right? I mean, it's not a clean sweep at least, but yeah, Lucario moves on. Okay, Wingus and Disney Whirl. That sounds about right. Kingdom Hearts Reunion, after all. Sephiroth being one of the secret bosses of Kingdom Hearts 1, and I think 2? Definitely wasn't in 3. 3 had, no Final Fantasy characters in it. Oh, he actually made use of his healing shield. Didn't help him, but he actually used it. Oh, now we got double Sephiroths. Can you please stop fighting at the edge of the screen? Have you never heard of the rule of thirds? How did Sora end up with a fire? Oh no, never mind. I was gonna ask how did Sora end up with a flower on his head, but that's right. Sephiroth's Final Smash does end with a random status effect, doesn't it? Ridley and Dark Pit. If I had to hazard a guess, I'm gonna say Ridley's gonna win this one, but we'll see how it goes. Yeah, I don't know. I almost don't even know how to commentate over this one. Pit actually kind of blends into certain parts of this map. It's a little hard to see. I'd be shocked if Pit actually, well, Dark Pit, but I'd be shocked if Doc Pit, oh my gosh, what is wrong with my mouth today? I'd be surprised if Dark Pit wins this one. I mean, I can't say it's impossible that he wins it, but it would be surprising. It'd be an electro shock, if you will. Ooh, okay, that was a pretty good choice of Final Smash usage. He waited till the very last second to pull it, but that was a good place to pull it. Suddenly, Dark Pit has Ridley on the ropes. Could still technically go to sudden death. Sorry for yawning, but I am starting to think that Ridley has a chance of going to sudden death now. Never mind, Ridley. Dark Pit had a good fight there. I will say that. Dark Pit had a very good fight. Is there some sort of construction going on outside? Why am I hearing all this beeping and motors? It's lunchtime anyway. Maybe I'll take a break. Anyways, it's Joker versus Roy. We're playing Minecraft, apparently. I don't know, this particular setup here with all the stone and the iron blocks reminds me of one of the times I played Minecraft, which was a very long time ago, but I tried playing, what's the mode called? Is it hardcore mode? I think it's called hardcore mode, where if you die, it's game over. I tried playing that mode. It didn't go well. It was over in like 3 episodes. Now, Roy is really not doing so well right off the bat. Joker just going wild, so it seems. Now Roy has his Final Smash, if he can land it, which he did. Didn't actually do that much to Joker, honestly, but now Joker has his own Final Smash. Again, chance of double final is Joker's thing, so you never know. We could have a double all-out attack. Have at least one all-out attack. And that will definitely take Roy out. How many stocks does Roy have? Does he still have 2 stocks? Okay, yeah, he still has a stock left. Man, Roy is not holding back with all the Pokemon. And he just got 2 really good Pokemon in a row. I don't know the name of either of those, but I'm pretty sure those are both incredibly good. Roy has made a bit of a comeback, but it's not a solid comeback, and it's still coming down to that sudden death. Joker's usually good at sudden death, but let me... Yep, there it is. I didn't even get to finish my sentence.
A brilliant victory.
I was gonna say, let me hold out hope that Roy could pull something, but yeah, no.
Round 3.
Okay, I mean, we still got some pretty good contenders left in the fight. I'm happy with it so far. Unless it somehow comes down to Mewtwo versus, like, Lucario. Like, I know I bent the rules so Pokemon could be included, but I would prefer it if an actual spellcaster wins. I'm gonna be sad because with this fight, I will have to say goodbye to at least one of my top 3 contenders. So far, it's looking like Ness, but you never know. These are both 2 of my best amiibos, so They could pull it off. Either of them could. Especially if Rosalina has a superstar. Okay, Ness, what is happening? He is just not... He's intimidated by Rosalina, I guess. I don't know why, after she pulls a move like that. It really is kind of amazing how Rosalina, in particular, is not very forward with attack patterns. She's very vertical in her attack patterns. I say that as she just ended the fight in a very forward motion. Just to prove me wrong, Ness, you did bad. I was gonna say you did good overall, but you did bad in that particular fight. Okay, Rosalina, sorry, not Rosalina. Robin versus Mewtwo. Okay, Robin, I'm still holding out hope for you. You are my chosen one, Robin. Okay, so far my chosen one seems like a very, good choice. No, there's been a lot of Ditto today. How is Mewtwo still be? Okay, well that Pokemon is back, and that's a good Pokemon to pull, if I understand. I don't love this. I really don't love this. Robin, you're supposed to be my chosen one. It was said that you would destroy the Pokemon, not join them. Bring balance to the smash, not leave it in darkness. Okay, come on, Robin. Hold out till sudden death. Hold out till sudden death. Okay, Robin, please. Robin, please, yes! Aw, I'm sorry, I know people like Mewtwo.
Checkmate.
I like Robin more. Okay, Sephiroth versus Lucario. Normally I would say I don't know if I have a horse in this race, but given the tournament that it is, I think I have to root for Sephiroth. Because, like I said, Pokemon are kind of on a technicality in this fight, but Sephiroth is an actual magic user. It would be for the benefit of the tournament for Sephiroth to progress. And so far he is winning. I will give him that, he is winning. He is winning by a lot, actually, hold on. And given that he actually starts each fight with 30% damage already, he's not doing terrible, considering how much damage he's taken. Magic meets in the middle. At the risk of jinxing him, honestly, this might be the best that Sephiroth has done in one of my tournaments. Okay, here comes the boom. Here comes the boom. I said, here comes the boom. I mean, that wasn't the boom I was referring to, but sure, I'll take it. Dragon Age and Mr. Persona. Has Joker had enough juice to take out a full dragon? I mean, Joker's taken out a lot of, really powerful foes, but he hasn't really faced a dragon, I don't think. I don't recall any dragons. Of course, then again, I've only ever played Persona 5. I've never played the myriad of spin-offs. So who knows, maybe he has fought a dragon at some point. He was trying to grapple Ridley, I think. Joker doesn't know how narrowly he missed that. Okay, why is Ridley what? Why? Okay, well, I wasn't... Of all the things that was going on today, Joker doing a clean sweep on Ridley was not one of the things I would have expected. I'm not mad about it, I just wasn't expecting it. With that, I think we're going into a semifinal with all actual spellcasters. So, no matter the outcome, we're good. We're going to get a spellcaster champion. I approve of this message. Robin and Savvy are two well-versed in fighting each other. From Savvy's first video after she got her second retraining, and then the tournament of the Titans. Yeah, they've both fought each other in the past. The Titans one, it was a fight between the two of them, but Young Link was also in the fight. Young Link ended up winning. But the one-on-one fight between them and Rosalina's video did end with Robin winning. So, We'll see what happens. Whoever comes out on top, I will fully support, because I love both of these amiibo. Yeah. Robin, I want her to win, obviously. She's been a favorite of mine for so long. Rosalina has been so close to winning tournaments many times before, and if she wins, then I fully support her winning as well. So, whatever the outcome, I believe in them, and I would be okay if either of them wins the tournament overall. Okay, Robin finally landed a final smash. I swear she's missed all of them before. Okay, so far it is definitely leaning towards Rosalina winning this one. I guess I will say, if Robin wins this, but then doesn't win the tournament overall, I will be heartbroken. So maybe if Rosalina wins, I won't have to have my heart broken so hardly. But yeah, it's fine. Rosalina moves on. And if there was anybody to take out Robin, I'm glad it was Rosalina. Okay, now we have to find out who Rosalina's going up against, whether Joker or Sephiroth. So far, Sephiroth has a commanding lead, all things considered. Actually kind of surprised at how commanding a lead Sephiroth has. He hasn't been hit once. Again, he starts out the match with 30% damage. Okay, well there he got hit. Now, that was a pretty hefty hit for a starter. Joker does hit like a truck. And he is looking cool, like Morgana says. Not quite cool enough, though. Okay, hefty comeback. Won't lie. Can't lie, shan't lie. Oh, Sephiroth's magic seemed a little bit more powerful than Joker's there. But what about Final Smash? Okay, powerful, but no double final. Final Smash followed up by a kick. Like a power kick like that, jeez. Okay, got a minute left. Never mind. Joker made short work of that last stock. Alright. Rosalina versus Joker. May the best fighter using magic win. An interesting map for this final fight. Rosalina coming out of the gate strong, though. Joker fighting back something fierce. He's had his juice. He can't be stopped. Oh, but Joker's right where he shouldn't be. Right above Rosalina. Like I said before, she's very good at those vertical attacks. Oh man, they were like even fighting. Oh, she's big now. Oh, the way he bounced, that was painful. And of course, Eevee is here. Like, I will say, Eevee is my favorite Pokemon. Like, I love Eevee. But seeing Eevee in this tournament in particular has been nothing but painful. Okay, that's Savvy out her first stock. Still pretty even in terms of damage. Rosalina now taking a bit more of a lead. And she has been snubbed for these tournaments for too long. And now she is really fighting to stay in. Ooh, okay. It might be tough for Rosalina to get into the right spot for Joker, yeah. Bit of a unfortunate whiff on Final Smash, but, you know, it'll be okay. She's still doing significantly well. Like, unless Joker can pull up a huge upset in the next 20 seconds, I think this might be Rosalina's game. And when I say like a huge upset, I mean like sudden death kind of huge upset.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, time!
Oh, what was that? She was like, oh, thank God it's over. Oh, but ladies and gentlemen, we have it. Savvy has now taken the crown as Tournament of Elements champion.
The champion is Rosalina and Luma.
And there it is. I'll take a screen cap of that. Well, there we have it. The Tournament of Elements is in the books. This was a fun one. I'm really glad. I don't think I talked about it at the beginning. This is like the 6th or 7th attempt at doing this specific tournament. This was like when I did Tournament of Beasts all the way back in whatever year that was, 2 years ago, I think. Or maybe it was only 1 year ago. I forget how many years ago it was. When I did Tournament of Beasts, this was supposed to be the next tournament I did. That was like, I don't know how many tournaments ago now, but we did so many, and I couldn't figure out a way to make this one work. And I'm glad, I'm happy with this outcome. A little disappointed Robin didn't make it as far, but, you know, like I said, if anybody was going to take her out, I'm glad it was Rosalina. So, thanks everybody so much for watching. I will see you all next time.